Tired of your family being separated by electronic devices? When was the last time you all took part in an activity together? No mobile phones involved. Well, now, you've found Melanopoly, the amazing and blacknificent property trading board game for all the family. Build your property portfolio and even purchase the Black Star Liner shipping company. Buy property in the Caribbean, Africa, or how about buying a hotel in London? Your options are limitless. Get Melanopoly to start teaching your loved ones to build generational wealth today by Black Love is Black Power and Black Child Promotions.
Greetings.
Yes, greetings, greetings. Kwanzaa, you know, Irinaheri. Greetings, family. Yes,
Greetings.
Greetings. So this is our Kwanzaa focus on the wonderful game called Melanopoly. And my name is Ndugu Imani Nassor, and with us we have our brother Ndugu Suliaman Lee. He's from Black Child Promotions, and that's the company, and he's one of the creators of this wonderful game called Melanopoly. So what we're going to do is that we have films to describe this, and we're going to have a little bit more films after this to just describe this in where Ndugu Suliaman will go into this. But we wanted to have a little bit of a conversation with him just to say who he is, who Black Child Promotions are, and how did they come up with this wonderful game that does totally represents the Nguza Saba and you know what we're trying to achieve as African people, and something that we can actually have in our hands and use with our families and have fun and actually teach and grow as well. So I'm gonna start these questions and hand over to Ndugu Suliaman. So again, greetings, Ndugu Suliaman.
Greetings.
So it's wonderful to have you there with your son Shabazz.
Yes,
there. So you know,
Shabazz Kamaru.
Ah, beautiful, my little brother.
Shabazz Kamaru Antoine Lee, that's his full name. Yeah.
Ah, wonderful. There you go. Kuchachakulia, self-determination, right there.
Self-determination, that's right.
So, my brother, so you, Suliaman Lee and Black Child Promotions, please tell us a little bit about, you know, yourself and the company.
Well, I've been in basically, I call it street side knowledge, where we set up stores, pop-up stores across London, starting in N15 Tottenham in 2003. And this is like my 18th year of disseminating information in the community. I was inspired by a conference that I went to in 2002, which was a follow-up to an NGO conference, meaning non-governmental organization conference. That was a follow-up to a conference in Durban, South Africa, which was against racism. So it was about to address the recommendations in that conference, and it turned into basically a discussion on reparations. Delegations came from all over the world to attend this conference, and it was a pivotal conference because it was a conference where we decided to basically exclude any non-African descendants from the conference, which created a big, you know, uproar in Barbados, you know, a big excitement in Barbados, because at the time, Barbados was, you know, known to, you know, be closely linked with England, and, you know,
yes, exactly, tourist
as a colonial type of island, Little Britain and, you know, Little England or whatever. So conference kind of inspired me. I pledged from that conference when I was part of the youth delegation to work in the community to disseminate information or find a way where I could reach out to the young people in the community and the community, our community in general of all ages, to liberate the minds of our people. So, you know, I linked Uncle Pepperkai, and Uncle Binny as well, also me within. They were in attendance. I actually went with them, even though I was invited by Esther Stanford. I was staying in Binny's room and Uncle Pepperkai's room. So they're the people that raised me within, you know, Pan-Africanism.
Beautiful, wonderful legacy.
And gave me my training. So that conference was pivotal in the things that I'm doing now. So I've been doing community stores across London for 18 years this year. Next year we'll make 19 years. So
wonderful.
that's a little bit of background about Black Child Promotions.
Okay, right. So 18 years Black Child Promotions.
And we've employed over 15 members as well. And
beautiful.
you know, I have a co-founder of the street operations. His name is Lasana. I call him Uncle Michael. His African name is Lasana. We've just been, you know, being consistent for that many years. So that's
respect, my brother. That's what we want to see and hear. You know, a young brother like yourself taking those teachings and putting it into practice. You know, and just, you know, living, walking the walk and talking the talk. Yeah, beautiful, my brother. So, Melanopoly.
Yes.
So, you know, obviously, you know, Monopoly, but now we've got Melanopoly. So, how did this come about? How did you, you know, with your others come up with the idea and deliver it?
Well, I always say at the start of my interviews that it's not individual effort. As Dennis, the Crown Prince of Reggae, also known as Dennis Brown, said that there's an island, no man stands alone. So it was a collaborative effort with the Black Child Promotions team to address the issue of representation that usually around, you know, this period, this holiday period, you know, we'll celebrate the Christmas or whatever. We tend to, you know, celebrate it with European games and, you know, in festivities. So we thought, you know, not the holiday season, but 365 days a year as opposed to 1 month of celebrating Black history, that we need a game, a revolutionary game that can address the issue of and representation. And, you know, our team came up with this concept that, you know, we can use the same principles of other board games, but have an original spin on it. So, for example, if anybody's played, you know, any other board games, you know, you got the option to buy property in Europe. So with this game, you have the option of, without giving too much away, you have the option of purchasing the Most Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey's Black Starliner and purchasing Africa and also the Caribbean. And, you know,
just like this.
Yes, that's correct. That's correct. So, you know, a lot of, yes. So, you know, a lot of our young people might not know, surprisingly, who Marcus Messiah Garvey is, or, you know, a lot of these characters, including like people like Mumia, Jamal, Assata Shakur, they, you know, it's common knowledge amongst people who've been raised in the revolution and raised in the liberation struggle. But people outside of that, you know, we can't assume that they know everything. So provide a platform where they can learn it in a fun way, you know, from a young age, because as you know, it's in a box, it says from 7 years old, people can play it. Young people play it and the whole family can play it. So it's a fun way to educate our children and the whole family about, you know, these important individuals. And
absolutely.
Also in line with the principles of the Kuji had, was it, I'm sorry about
that. No, that's fine, my brother.
The 7 principles of
kwanzaa.
So, you know, like self-determination, you know, also, you know, collective work and responsibility.
Ujima.
And very importantly, cooperative economics, NIA.
Ujama.
Economics,
yes.
Yes, we're teaching the children about, sorry if I'm mixing up a lot of the, I'm not really good with.
That doesn't matter, it's the growth.
What I'm saying is, we're putting these principles into practice, because it's a fun way about teaching children about economics from a young age, in a fun way, you know.
Absolutely.
So, you know, property in Africa, as I said, also, instead of losing money at the casino, you lose money from your granddad because you thought you could play him at cards or dominoes, and you get penalized the equivalent of $10 or whatever because you lost. So it's that family aspect in it that will, you know, warm the hearts of the whole family.
Yeah, absolutely. There's so much detail in this game. There's so much detail.
We also got very serious aspects of this. Wait, where did I just? Wait a minute. Sorry about this.
No, that's fine. You know, as you find in your place.
Get this back for me, please. Get this on. Oh, wait, I got it. Sorry about that. Yeah. So we have to. There's a saying that says you can't give a baby dumpling because it's too hard to digest.
Yes.
You know, so you have to try to find a fun way to educate about our history. But sometimes when not everybody's a reader, not everybody can comprehend concepts that's in like decolonizing the African mind, even the philosophy and opinions. So they can learn about this history, this valuable history, that essential history through playing a game. You know,
absolutely. So
absolutely. And all of these other games, the entire family can gather and play this game. In fact, the Ku Klux Klan in there as opposed to going and being accosted by the police. We know that in the United Snakes of America, that a lot of these Ku Klux Klan members actually just changed their uniform into
police. My brother.
So we're not really playing around with our children. We're teaching them the truth in a fun way and in a way that they can, they can be cognizant of that are going on.
You're saying the right word. Exactly. I mean, it's beautiful. The detail that's gone into this thought with the Black Child Promotions team is absolutely astounding and wonderful. Yeah. And like you say, your money, even design. So we've got here $50.
We have our own money.
Money with
and you see the Honourable Dr. Francis Quest Wilson on the money.
You don't know what it does to people's heart to see things like this, man. And it's just fantastic. And like you say, the board itself, you've got here, you got visiting jail, you can Mumia. Mumia Jamal is in jail visiting him. You have you start rising one here, and also you have what's your fate. So that's on there, and also have community interest. And as you said, and one that I love particularly here. You have, we can't see it here, but what it says here is Ancestors Corner. You are safe here. This is genius. This is genius.
A lot of time and effort went into this, because what we as Black Child, when we say street side knowledge specialists, what we really mean is that even if we're not in a big shop or anything like that, is that service is paramount to our philosophy and our vision as an organization. Is that many times, we go into organizations and the service and the products I'm not saying anyone in particular, I'm just saying may not be up to scratch. And we're very aware that our people will support, because we couldn't be going 18 years if it wasn't for the support of African people. So, African people have always supported my organization, and I'm very grateful for that. But within that, in order to sustain that, we have to be able to give somebody, value for what they're paying for. We're not just gonna put something haphazard together.
Nah, we're gonna
do it with love. We're gonna do it with love. We're gonna do it with good time. We're gonna do it with quality as well. We're gonna do it.
Oh, absolutely. It's so fantastic, because you would expect this to be made by some big toy company.
And it's just a small organization.
You've done this, and people, when they play Monopoly, they can choose to be, the boots or the hat or something like that, and down to the icons. So people can't see this, but but this is here, is like some of the icons, so you get the ancestors that you can be, So we've got we've got Jack King, we've got we've got Winnie Mandela. We've got another one here, Millie Mandela. We've got Dr. Francis Quest Wilson.
We also have my father as well, who was pioneering a reggae music, a man by the name of Bunny Striker Lee.
Bunny Striker Lee. Yes.
Yeah, he's actually he passed last year, Rising Power. But
Rising Power, my brother.
We honored him in the game by putting him on one of the.
That's fantastic. I see him as one of the icons here. Yes.
Yeah. So
yeah, it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, beautiful.
Yeah,
you know, and it's fantastic. You know, I can't thank you enough. And Black Child Promotions for doing this. This is something that's going to go on for generations. That people are going to have this. You know, we just wish you all the success, and we can promote it in any way we can. We will do.
Yes.
Make sure people are
and
buying
I'm glad that it's taken on a I'm glad that it's taken on a life of its own, and you know, other people are starting, you know, because you know what another key factor in this is word of mouth. It's not, we don't have big television companies or you know, general media isn't going to really try and promote it. We've done a couple of interviews here and there, you know, with some, you know, people like My London and all these people, but generally they're not going to support anything we do. So, you know, in line with the Nguzo Saba, or the principle of self-determination, we have to do for self-reliance. That's what most Marcus Messiah Garvey encouraged to do. He say you can't depend on any race to do anything for you. You have to do it for yourself. You know, and action people, basically. You know,
I mean, you know, everyone, unity, umoja. This is episode of the game. Kujajakilia, definitely by this game. Regime, a collective work and responsibility, absolutely. Cooperative economics, as you said, Ujama, Nia, purpose, the purpose you have in mind, and you're making it right, you know, and Kuomba, creativity. What creativity to do this by this group, and Imani, faith, the faith that you have in our people, Imani, and the faith you have in yourself. To do this, so you know, this is fantastic. So thank you for your time.
I would like to say as well is that we're very mindful and cognizant of the fact that nobody has all the answers. There's a saying that only a fool knows everything. So you know, it's a collective effort. You know, like how
Umoja, unity.
You know, if we study the way of the ants, we'll see that the ants all work together. No one's
exactly.
Everyone's got their roles. So even if I don't have expertise in a certain field, then another team member will have expertise in that field. So we work collective. As you said, you know, it takes a village, you know, it takes a village to raise children. It takes a village to do everything. So within our little village of Black Child Promotions, we try to pull our resources together to create amazing things, basically, you know, organically as well, you know. So
that's beautiful. You know, the ancestors are truly blessing you and all the Black Child Promotions and your families, because you don't do it by yourself. It's your families making that sacrifice for you to do this work as well, and supporting you.
Definitely,
and it's wonderful to see your children there, because it's all about the family. You know, from the ground up. You know that this is what you know. They can say, this is what my dad was involved with. This is what his brothers and sisters was involved with, and they can see this and can touch it, and they can see it and play in their own schools, and you know, in our own independent schools when we have them. So yes, again, it's just a tremendous thanks. Keep on doing what you're doing. The PACM Congress movement will support you in any way we can, and other organizations and other Africans who believe in the same things will do as well. And we know it's getting popular and people know about it, but we're glad to promote it here at Kwanzaa 2020-2021. So with that, I'm gonna say our greetings. So my brother, again, Asante Sana and Kwaheri, and Uslamiani Mbani. Give my regards to your family, my brother.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Uncle.
No problem.
Since more prosperity and abundance.
Yes, indeed. All right then, love. All right then, Kwaheri.
Kwaheri.